What is this? Good luck for me tomorrow or something like that. And this one is covered by Sue. I think I will react to 2 covers and then I will react to 1 more cover later. Sorry, 3 more cover later. All right, I'm gonna pick 2. I'm gonna pick Sue and I'm gonna pick Rindo. Okay, I'm pick Ringo Chihaya. This one was also covered by Vivi a few weeks ago. The intro was sound like she haven't had coffee. Hey. Hey. I mean, that's cute. That's what I can say. Yeah, so she definitely made it a lot more melodic. The last word of every single line was made into a legato instead of a staccato. Because in the original, if you listen to the original, it is mostly staccato. If you don't know what legato and staccato means, is basically legato basically means it has release. Like for example, if I say a sentence like I say good morning, that is legato. But if it's staccato, there's no release. So if I say the same word like good morning, cut, that is staccato. So when they sing like that, it definitely lost the initial bounce of the original song, but that doesn't mean it is bad. It's just a different direction. I still like the staccato version a little bit more. It sounded a lot more cuter and a lot more bouncy towards the song. Now it's just a little bit more melodic. And there's not a lot of dynamic changes in her vocals. I don't think so. It's all pretty mono in terms of like the dynamic. How should I explain dynamic? It's basically the different strength that you put into each word. Here's a Google explanation of dynamic. Boom. There you go. Alright, let's go to the credit. Vocal is by Miumiya. Mix is by Yop. Instrumental is I heard the instrumental was remade. Is by this guy. The illustration anime is by this guy, this guy, and this guy. And the movie is by this guy and this guy. Go check them out yourself. I can't read Japanese. Well, I can. I don't want to. Let's keep going.
What? 誰知られなくたって別にいいから私には私のマイルールはした楽するためにはハイチーズ意外とこんな感じでラブ&ピースのある毎日を生きてたいのですねドキドキ飛びシャイドキドキしてきたいレミシャイ明日天気になれドピドピシャイ心もっと取りたいサンデーマンデーチューズデーウェーデー木金土日イーツ辛くなったら歌うムカついたら口ぬやりたいようにやるそれができたら苦労しないわ常に生き自由してりゃなんきゃろうと思ったから適度に十分しリスクを回避しつつまあ頑張るのさ適当に止まれ 誰かのためとかそんなんじゃなく明日の私のため楽するために苦しいことも乗り越えちゃうんだからねやりたくないことやらないためにやりたくないことやれあれこれって結果頑張れてる私とっても偉いじゃないか自分時間堕落タイム確保こじくじをしますとさらにあやこや前も忘れずにとどのつもりパワー変わった地域ですよって注意喚起もしてますように楽してくなくして生きてくって難しいなだって安定裏技いちゃづけ甘い蜜に合わながる眠くなったら寝るお昼過ぎに起きる遊びたくて遊ぶお腹減ったらご飯を食べる嬉しかったら笑う悲しかったら泣いてもいいんじゃない明日の私のために今日もなんとか頑張るのさ明日はもう頑張らなくていいように頑張るのさ半端ないパッパラパッパラパラ限界とパラパッパラパッパラパラ毎日半端ないパッパラパッパラパラ限界とパラパッパラパッパラパラ
Yeah, there's not a lot of things going on in this one. It's just, it's very mono in terms of dynamic. Again, the same thing I said. Like, especially in this part.
私のため楽するために苦しいことも乗り越えちゃうんだからね
In the original, it almost sounds like she's whispering. But this one, it just sounds like she's speaking. And also this part,
痛い
right?
サンデーマンデーチューズデーウェンデー木金土日イーツ辛くなったら歌おう
She made it very melodic, which lost the initial bounce again with the same thing I said. Not fascinating, but it's an okay cover. Like, the production is good. There are some parts where it's a little bit lacking of reverb, but I feel like it's almost the same thing with the original song. Stay By My Side was the song, I think. Like, the reverb on Sue's vocals just doesn't work that well. At least I don't think so. I don't know if it's because her pitch is too high or what, because I never actually came across any vocals like this. Never once in my life, Sue. Alright, not much to say about this. Not fascinating. Let's go with Chihaya. I don't know what it says. Ringo Chihaya right here. This is Ready Steady Go by Rindo Chihaya, and this one is the anniversary song. Yay. Okay, cool. Let's hear this out. I want to listen to the original. It almost sounds like there is no EQing in here. It's just like at least they removed the low end is what I can hear, because the bass and the vocals was not crashing at least, but the reverb is a little bit too strong in the mix. Her vocals also did not help in terms of like the way she sings. Too much portamento that just made the whole intro sound like it is off-pitched. If you don't know what portamento is basically sliding notes. If I go here, that slide. Well, I made it slide down and then slide back up, but either way, it's slide down or up. That is portamento, okay? I need to pause this because I don't know about the copyright of the original song, so I am going to cut this part out. Alright, so I heard the original, and the original is definitely much better. Yeah, I think it's because the vocal was going everywhere in terms of pitch. The portamento was a little bit too much, and also like the mixing. In the original, when the vocal was layered, they pan it. They pan it like a little bit of percentage, not too much. So if you don't pay attention, or if you never touch any DAW in your life to experiment with like vocal layers, you would definitely don't understand when I say that you have to pan it. You have to pan at least a 10% to a 20% to make your vocals sound a little bit more widened, so your vocal layers will sound a lot more steady. If you put everything in the center, that is going to make your vocal crash with each other too much, to the point that it just make it sound messy. Because if you put two identical vocal layers on top of each other. They have the same exact frequency, and it will not crash with the overall mix of your vocal. But if you take two different takes, two different layers, and you stack them up together, they have different frequencies. And when some frequencies and another frequencies, when they don't match, it's just going to crash. And when it crashed, it sounded messy. So that is when EQ have to come into play. If you still don't understand what EQ is basically the basic cleaning of the frequency of the sound.
Well, let's get started, let it go. 吹き飛んでゆく風景転がるように前へ苦し紛れでも標的はもう見逃さない当てにならない地図焼いてしまえばいいさうずもれた真実この手のひらで掴み取ろう夢中で駆け抜けてきたうるさいくらいに張り裂けそうな鼓動の高鳴り響いている君の声ここで立ち止まるような時間はないさレディステディゴー 数えきれない傷
That was the chorus? Wait, hold on. Why didn't you change Let me listen to the original again. Wait, hold on. That is the chorus? I didn't even realize it was the chorus. Yeah, it sounded pretty much like the original. The original also did not introduce the chorus. Except a tiny bit of a vocal layers, I guess. What is going on in the cover again? Let me listen to it.
この手のひらで掴み取ろう夢中で駆け抜けてきたうるさいくらいに張り裂けそうな鼓動の高鳴り響いて
Yeah, there's really I don't like this song. I don't like this song. The Larkin Seal. I heard your name multiple times. I do not like this song. Everything is in the same range of vocals. Like there's really nothing to it. There's really not that much of a dynamic change in this one that just makes it sound very boring.
数えきれない傷抱え込んでいてもちょっとやそうとじゃ魂までは奪わせないあの丘の向こうで君に出会えたなら何から話そうそんなことばかり思うよ夢中で駆け抜けて
If I like this song, I wouldn't think that that cover was bad. But because I don't like the song itself, to me, I feel like the song was pretty boring. So I don't really like that cover either. Yeah, there's really nothing in this cover. In this song, not this cover. As in general, just this song itself. You do not need an arm, a leg, or a brother to make this banger of a cover. That's a comment. That's a comment said by someone else. Yeah, but okay, the cover, I would say there's some parts that maybe need a little bit more of a mixing. Like the little panning on the vocal layers. The chorus, they did it pretty well, and the intro was alright. I like her vocals. The vocals is pretty much good overall of the song. Just the intro and also the bridge. Again, the same part that I just feel like it threw me off a little because of how much portamento was in there. But other than that, I feel like just the song itself that I don't like. Yeah, that's it.